I 100% already know you're making at least 10 mistakes when you're playing JUJUTSU Infinite, and I'm here to fix that. It's me, Max Gone Bad. Let's get straight into it. But before that, please make sure you like and subscribe. It means so much. Join the Discord. But obviously, I don't want to waste your time too much, so let's just get straight into the video. So the first mistake you're making is with build making with your stats, right? So here you can see I'm going all into focus and into technique as I'm a Black Flash build. But there's one mistake that you're making which can basically, it's really helpful for your build. Always make sure you at least get the first node on each skill tree, because it is so incredibly important, because it gives you basic features for really cheap. For example, the first node in health allows you to parry, which is really good for PvE with curse users. Focus allows you to get the 3 focus tokens instead of just 1, right? And allows you to do a Black Flash, which is great. Technique, I mean, most people already have this, but it's the curse tendril move, which is important for PvE and PvP, because the curse tendril move is actually really strong. Next one is strength. This allows you to cancel your rushes and gives you the rising kick skill. So just make sure you have each first node on each skill tree, just because it gives you basic good features. And I always make sure I do that whenever I'm making a build. The next one, right, is actually a very neat command in the game that anyone can use, and it completely just streamlines the whole process, right? So you may know, if you go into inventory and your consumables, you might be going, oh, I gotta use these again, you know, clicking on them, making sure you've used them. It can take a while to go through and make sure you've got each one on, and also you can forget every time you put one on. Well, actually, there's a command called /buff which you can type, and it will use all your common consumables, like automatically every time you put it in. So you can see it's used my focus vial, my health vial, my strength vial. It's used all of them automatically, so I don't have to worry about going through my inventory each and every time to equip everything. Please use this, because this kind of goes into my third tip, right, which is make sure you are using your consumables. They're so important. Like, for example, you may have been going through your buff stuff, but please make sure you're using your mastery scrolls and your and your mastery talismans, right? Because this boosts all your masteries by half a level. That's so great. You see, if I use 2, boom, that's 1 full level. The mastery scroll gives you 15 levels to any mastery you can choose from. You click use, right? And you pick from your masteries. For example, here I'm probably going to go with Infinity. And you can see Infinity just goes up 15 levels. And because mastery is kind of hard to do, damn, that's really useful. So like, make sure you're using your consumables, not only your buff items, but also your leveling up items. I mean, you get rare and rare items which can help you. For example, the lotuses make it so you can't get any lower than a certain rarity on a chest. So I really recommend making sure you use your stuff, but also using it at the right time, you know? Don't just waste them, because for boss drops and stuff like that, they'll be super useful for, not just normal mission chests. So I'm going to go into the next tip, which is all about the shop, right? Item notifier. It's a lot, so right, I can see why you may not want to get it. Honestly, just find someone who has it and then ask them. Heavenly restriction, that's just a move. But I just want to talk about, if you can get a game pass, I highly recommend innate bag, right? Because every time you spin a curse technique, you'll save it and can swap to it any time. Slot 3 and 4 are kind of unneeded if you have the innate bag, because you can always swap out. I'd say innate bag and skip spins are the 2 best game passes in my opinion, right? So there you go. You've got my opinion there. So if you want to use that or not, it's up to you. But that's what I say would be the best 2 game passes to spend your money on. Next, I really want to enforce this. Please always check what your pity's at, right? If you're trying to craft something, or if you're trying to get something from the investigations or bosses, right, and you just can't get it, check how many of the boss items you have. Because for example, here, I've done 154 runs of the cursed school, and I haven't got the electric staff, and it's really annoying, right? I want it, but I'm close to pity, which means I could just craft it if I do it a couple more times. So, really trying to get something and you can't get it, try and see if you have the pity or how close you are to the pity, because I'm not gonna lie, when Sorcerer Killer came out, the only thing I managed to get was the shirt. The pants and the pants and the playful cloud I had to craft myself, but I crafted it myself because because I had the pity. Always check crafting to see what you can craft or how close you are to crafting what you want and how many more runs you need to do. So crafting is actually great just because of the pity system in the game, and if you're struggling, just come and check how close you are. Next, maybe doesn't get talked about enough. I'm not even sure if everyone's playing it right now, because most people are playing the PvE mode, but PvP. So once you're special grade, you can actually play ranked, right? And ranked actually has a battle pass for more rewards in it. So if you win your games and level up in the battle pass, you get unique battle pass rewards that you don't get in game. So if you're trying to get more stuff, or if you're trying to get unique stuff, then go try rank, try win some games, get the common loot from chests and stuff, you know, just the average stuff you would get from missions, but actually get higher in the battle pass. I'm pretty sure you can get some unique stuff in there that you can't get in the main game. Try you'll look at PvP modes once you hit special grade. Next, you want to also make sure that you're checking the curse market every day, because sometimes you can get a really good deal in here, right? I mean, 10 demon fingers for a cursed hand is actually, this is actually an insane shop. Just because of how hard cursed hands are to find, and you maybe not be using demon fingers. I would, if I didn't already have 3 cursed hands, I would buy that. That would be my main way of getting purified hands, because they are hard to get. I mean, they're special grade. 10 legendaries for a special grade is a good deal. I mean, here you've got an unobtainable domain shard for a Jade Lotus, which if you've already got domains, if you've already got the domain that you want, and you have a spare domain shard, that's what I would use that for. Rod and chains for 4 demon fingers is kind of bad. That's also kind of bad. I mean, trading a special grade for a legendary isn't that great. As you can see here, I mean, you got the boss specific items. So if you defeat Sukuna 93 times, you can get the Ravenous Eye. Like these, you should be checking these every day to see what you can get, or what, if you like grind a little bit for, what your options are. I always check this every day because there's honestly some good deals on here, which you like can basically just speedrun you through some of the game. One thing I don't see people knowing about at all is don't take a mission, just press J to teleport, right? And you'll be taken into obviously the map. But what I don't see people do, people always complain to me about leveling up. It takes so long, you know? These missions don't give me enough XP. I highly recommend you find people around the map. For example, this one-time quest guy, right? Look how much XP he's giving. And 4 chests and that much money. It's a one-time quest. You can only do it once. But do not threat, because there's also daily quests. These quests are daily every 16 hours. This guy gives just as much. 5 spins, which is something you don't get anywhere else. Like 5 spins for your curse technique. You could keep racking these dailies, keep racking those spins. 4 chests, money. Like you need to be doing this stuff if you're trying to level up quickly, because you know, you're getting quests, maybe you're just a bit off Volcano, maybe you're just a bit off the next main quest. Like, do the one-times and do the dailies, because they give a lot. Also, next, I mean, a lot of people already do this, but I'm just making sure. Make sure you do the story. The story is really great, as you can actually, near the end of the story, you get a domain shard, which you can use once you're level 400. You get a free domain shard from the story that you don't need to be lucky in chests with. You just get a free one in the story that you can use to get your first domain. Please do the story, because you get items from it. I mean, it's great for XP as well. Also, it's fun. The story's fun. There's some certain moments in there which are pretty memorable. But just make sure you're doing the story, as you can get a domain shard from the end of it. And those are pretty hard to get if you ask me. So I'd recommend doing them. And finally, if you're struggling with bosses or investigations, do know that you can make lobbies, right? You can party up with other people. If you're struggling on a certain boss, get your mates in, or just join a random party. People always try and do this alone for some reason. And like, why? I mean, if you're strong enough to do it alone, then go right ahead. You don't need a few other people with you. But if you're struggling and you really want to get the boss items, the boss drops, and defeat the boss for the XP, do it. You're not going to miss out on anything. Like, look how much XP that is. That is a hell of a ton of XP. It's like 1 million. But obviously, you can go in with a team and have a better chance of beating him, because, you know, you're on a team. So I'd highly recommend that. I mean, if you can beat this guy, you get your team on beat this guy. Look how much XP this guy's giving if you beat him on Nightmare. Like, bosses can give XP. And it's the same goes with the investigations. Caught up with the investigations. Investigations also give a lot of XP. You can level up multiple times from it. And you get the investigation specific loot. What's not to love? And this is kind of the 11th tip, but not really the 11th. If you have any more questions, either ask them in the comment section. I'll try and respond. Or join the Discord where everyone's active, and you'd be more likely to get a response from inside our Discord, which is linked in the description. So if you like this video and it helped, like and subscribe. Like I said at the start, it means so much. We're doing so well right now, and I just can't thank you guys enough. So other than that, I'll see you guys later. See ya.